Hello and welcome to chapter 2 of FL Studio music production course. In this we will learn about playlists, so let's get started. Now we are here in our FL Studio. If I place my cursor over this, you can see in the hint panel it is naming it as playlist and showing F5, which is the shortcut key of the playlist button. Now if I click on this button, our playlist will appear. If I place my cursor over here and scroll the mouse wheel, I can zoom in or out in the playlist horizontally. And if I place my cursor in here and scroll my mouse wheel, I can zoom vertically. Now this place that we call playlist, we do most of our work in here, from dropping and chopping our samples to arranging our beat or whole song session. Right at the top left corner of the playlist, we have some tools. Most important of them are brush and slice tool. Pencil and brush tool do the same work. They are used to draw and erase patterns in the playlist and notes in the piano roll. The only difference in these two is that with pencil tool, you can draw only one pattern or note with one click, while on the other hand with the brush tool, you can draw as many as you want just by clicking and holding the left mouse button. Now the second very important tool is slice, and as its name says, it used to slice samples or pattern clips. We also have some other options that can be accessed without even selecting them from the panel, which we will talk about in a moment. So to demonstrate the use of these tools, let me grab a melody loop sample in the timeline. Now to chop this sample, I'll select my slice tool and will place it over the grid line where I wanna cut the sample. Now I'll click left mouse button and will draw this blue line. Now we have a cut in our sample. If I press shift and left click over the sample, I don't need to draw the line, I just click and will cut the sample. And instead of clicking left mouse button, if I click my right mouse button, you can see now it is showing the red line. If I draw this line, it will not just cut the sample but delete the part of the sample which is smaller. If I do the same thing pressing shift and right mouse button, I don't need to draw the line, it will cut and delete it by itself. These same things are used to chop or duplicate the pattern clips or notes in the piano roll. Now we have our chopped sample and I wanna make this chop a loop. To do that, I'll select my brush tool, put this brush over the sample and left click, and then press the left mouse button and drag it. So as you can see, I just draw the sample in the timeline. Now to delete a single chop, I put my brush tool over the sample and right click over it. I can also hold down the right mouse button and delete them like this. This tool right here do the same thing. As you can see in the hint panel, it is showing as the delete tool. To duplicate the sample, simply hold down the control button from the keyboard and left click to select the sample. This tool right here do the same thing that we just did, that is selecting clips. Once you selected your clip, then press Ctrl and B. Now another way to duplicate sample is to put your cursor over the clip you want to duplicate. Hold down the shift and hold the left mouse button and drag that sample out. If you double click and hold your right mouse button, the cursor will look like this. This is known as the mute tool. If you simply place this cursor over a clip or pattern or over the note in the piano roll, still holding the mouse button, it will mute them. The tool right here is the same tool known as the mute tool. Next to that, we have our slip tool, which we use to slip our sample in the clip. We will talk about it in the future videos. If I hold Ctrl and left click in the timeline, I can simply zoom in and out in the playlist. Tool that we have right here is zoom tool that do the same thing. If I hold Alt and right click over any clip, it will let you listen that clip. The tool next to the zoom tool is known as the playback tool, and that is the same tool. So that's all about the playlist. Hope you guys learned something from the video. Make sure to like, share and comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to learn music production. See you in the next one. Until then, keep learning.